Should Manchester United sack or back Erik ten Hag? Let's discuss. What's up, guys, and welcome back to the channel. Honestly, I won't be surprised if by the time this video will be out, maybe a decision must have been made in regards to the situation, whether to keep him or to let him go. So, Erik ten Hag has stayed 2 seasons in Manchester United. In his first season, he finished third, that's basically qualify for the Champions League. He got to one final, the FA Cup final, he lost. He got to the Carabao Cup final, he won it. And that season, I'll say he did well. It's not easy when you go into a club in your first season, you qualify for the Champions League and also you win a trophy. Honestly, it's not easy. Pep Guardiola in his first season finished third and didn't win a trophy. And Rashford delivered. Rashford scored lots of goals that season. So you can say that season was a mixture of individual brilliance and maybe team play and team tactics. And also he made use of the situation whereby they didn't have a focal point like a striker and they were still able to finish in top four and win a trophy. So that's good. He actually did well. He did okay that first season. He did well. Now going into the next season, which is just this season that finished, I'm sure some Manchester United fans had expectations. And when I was giving my prediction where they will finish on the league table, I actually said Manchester United were going to finish fourth. But hey, they finished eighth this season. They got to the FA Cup final. They won the final. They got knocked out from the Champions League. They finished last in their group. And also in regards to player development, the likes of Meno, Ahmad, Garnacho, yeah, he gave these guys opportunities and it worked out so far. So you can say he has done well in that area of player development, giving those young guys opportunities. But this season, I don't think has been good enough. Last season was way better than this season, just in my own opinion. But should Manchester United stick with him or sack him? Now, this season, when you watch Manchester United, there were times where you couldn't understand what they are trying to do in regards to their team play. Yes, they lost key players. The back line, I think everyone at the back line, all their defenders were injured. They lost some players also in the midfield. Amrabat came, I think he came and he got injured. Even Eriksen, like they got some midfielders were injured. Also, the forward line, I think Rasmus Højlund didn't start the season. He was injured. So Erik ten Hag had major injury issues this season. You can't take that away. And having injuries to key players might affect results. I'm sure if it happens to anyone, I think if Pep Guardiola, if we lose like our backline, something like that, it might affect results. Same thing to Arsenal and the rest. But I don't think that should affect your identity and style of play. Postecoglou lost some key players this season. At one point, Romero was injured, Basuma got injured, Madison got injured, but you still knew what to expect from Postecoglou. That didn't take away his identity, his philosophy, or his style of play. You can say the same thing for Chelsea. Pochettino, when he was still there, he had injury setbacks. Nkuku was injured at one point. Who again? Ben Chilwell was injured. Rhys James was injured. So, but you still knew there was still an identity. When you watch Chelsea, you knew what they are trying to do. And you can say the same for Arsenal and Man City. If they lose key players, you know the identity will still be there, the manager's principles and philosophies. But for Erik ten Hag, it wasn't the case. Some games, you can tell what they are trying to do. And maybe in the next 3-4 games, you can't really tell what they are trying to do. In the FA Cup, there was a plan. There was an identity there. Low block, hit on the counter, and they were the better team on that day. Honestly, they were the better team on that day. They deserved to win. But before that, you can't tell what they were trying to do in some games they played. Sometimes when I watch, you can see maybe Dalot going into the midfield, trying to help in the attack as well. But still, maybe the next game you don't see that happening. So there's no consistency there. They said he had an identity, he had a style of play when he was in Ajax. I never used to watch Ajax. Honestly, I never used to watch the I think that's the Dutch league or so. I never used to watch it. But there should be an identity. There should be a style of play. I don't think player getting injured should affect your identity, should affect a team's identity or a manager's philosophy and style of play. Yes, results might be affected. It can affect result, but not the identity or the team style of play. If Manchester United are deciding to stick with him, honestly, I feel it to be a big gamble. It will be a gamble. It will be a very big gamble because even if all the players are fit and like they are good to go, I don't think there will be that consistency. I don't think there will be that consistent because I still feel it to be the same. Sometimes you might see what he's trying to do, and sometimes you might see what you might not even see what he's trying to do. And let's look at this scenario. Manchester United are the biggest club in England, no doubt. Imagine Madrid, biggest club in Spain, and also you can say biggest football club in the world per se. So imagine a manager wins maybe the Copa del Rey and finish eighth, and that gets them to qualify for the Europa League. Do you think Madrid will keep that manager? I don't think so because there's a standard. If Manchester United are the biggest club and a big club will act like a big club. Chelsea, I remember when I'll say it again when Di Matteo won the Champions League, he got fired. Basically, he got fired. That was the standard for Chelsea. I don't think Manchester United should stick with him. Yes, he has done well for this season, winning the FA Cup, player development, but that consistency I don't think will be there. Because going into the next season, you can if you ask Manchester United fans what to expect, I don't think they should. I don't think any of them will be even be confident to say, except they just want to be maybe because of course they are fans to be confident to say they will finish top four. I don't think any Manchester United they'll be confident enough to say they'll finish top four. I myself, I don't see them finishing top four next season if Erik Ten Hag is still there because there's no consistency. You really don't know what to expect from Erik Ten Hag. I don't think he's working. Some of the players he has brought in, yes, they are still trying to adapt and all that, but it has really not worked out for some of them. For some, maybe it has worked out, but I feel Manchester United will have to. I think the best decision would be for them to let him go and maybe look elsewhere. Try to get somebody that is much higher. Although managers are hard to find, but Pochettino has been away from the Premier League for a very long period of time. He came back to the Premier League and he still finished above Erik Ten Hag, who was already the Premier League the previous season. Pochettino had injuries as well, so you can't say he didn't have injuries, and he was new to this. Most of the signings Chelsea had were not the signings, so you can't say who he brought in those players. It was still new for him. He was still trying to understand the team. But at the end of the day, he still finished above Erik Ten Hag, so that says a lot. Hey, let me know in the comment section, guys, what you think. Do you think Manchester United should stick with him, or do you think they should let him go? In my own opinion, I feel they should let him go because you don't know what to expect from this guy. I don't think that consistency will be there. I don't even see them finishing top four next season. And yeah, that's it for me, and I'll see you in my next video. Thank you very much.